Good evening, and here we have one of the lesser well-known but very important early helicopters and a slightly better well-known early naval helicopter. This is the Raven, the Hiller Raven HTE-2 I think it is, or UH-12 or OH-23 depending on which arm of service it was in. Now I do build WHATIF. This is the LF Models 1 in 72nd kit, and it is, to me, a real gem. It's an absolutely superbly modelled micro helicopter, one of the earliest helicopters to be trialled on ships, along with the HTE-3 retriever in the background. It is quite a fiddly kit, but it's not as bad as most LF model kits. I've only built the S61 and my dad is still struggling with the Wasp, but this one went together quite well. You have to add some undercarriage pieces yourself from plastic tube, and I've used mine a little bit overscale, and it is a bit of a tail sitter because there's nowhere really for weight to go up front, so I just put a little bit of a stand underneath there. I've added one crew person there from an AliExpress early pilot set to keep it in keeping with the time. These would have been used in the Malagasy WHATIF in the really early 50s on board the smaller ships like the Corvettes, the ships that couldn't take the S51s. They didn't need hangars, they just bolted them, lashed them down to the flight decks, bolted flight decks on the back, taking a gun turret out. But the helicopter brings a whole new capability to even a small ship. It's a really important thing to have, even if it's just for spotting periscopes and that kind of thing, because these couldn't really deliver any weapons. But the LF Models one, it builds up so nicely. I wanted to present it all to you today. I was going to airbrush it, but in the end it was so tiny I just hand painted it. The only thing to watch out is you have to trim the parts really carefully, but if you do, it does come together really nicely, and I think a stunning little helicopter. The HTE-3 is just a retriever. That's just a repaint of the Amacom model you can get pretty much everywhere. The Amacom model of this one isn't bad at all. It's certainly preferable to building a Mach 2 kit in my opinion. I've just painted that all over glossy sea blue as with the Hiller Raven, added some decals, and underneath it is, you can tell it's an Amacom because the engine does want to fall out, and you've got the big bits underneath for the stand that it comes with. But as an early naval helicopter, again, a really good piece of equipment because the blades could be folded. So the length that you have is with the blades folded is actually the length of the aircraft, which if you compare it to even the Raven, you can see how compact the retriever was. So the retriever would have gone on things like frigates with the S51s on destroyers and cruisers in my world. You could also use these en masse on the carriers as plane guards because they did have a search and rescue feature. They had a winch, the co-pilot's seat was folded forwards and a winch came out underneath. Interestingly, they also had an autopilot, which is pretty radical for the time, and the autopilot made them really good for search and rescue. Also, I think the earliest form of kind of sonar, dipping sonar, was on the HUP utilities, the threes. So really quite a useful combination of early helicopters. I'll put these in my early helicopter box, but I'm really impressed with the Raven. Now the Ravens were used in Vietnam, which is quite amazing really, and kind of everyone thinks of early helicopters, the Augusta Bell 47 or the Bell 47, the H-13, but actually this Raven served in training and in combat for quite a while. Nice, lovely little kit. Thank you.